guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, it's going to be a bit different. I'm still going to be doing my nails, but I'm also going to be talking about suicide awareness. Here's your disclaimer for today's video. The following video contains content regarding suicide awareness and other material that may be difficult for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. With that disclaimer out of the way, we're just going to go ahead and get right into today's video. So my plan for today is on my non-dominant hand, I'm going to freehand the more detailed designs, which I am going to do the 5 most common ways somebody would commit suicide on my non-dominant hand. And on my dominant hand, it'll be a little bit simpler for me if I just do like a suicide awareness type hand on that hand. So we're going to do my nails, talk about some articles that I have recently read, and also talk about some symptoms that people might have if they are suicidal. I wanted to talk about this today because it's a growing problem in the US nowadays, and personally, I have experience with it, unfortunately, so it's a lot easier for somebody to relate to somebody who has felt this way. If, that makes sense. Anyways, so I went ahead and sculpted my nails and put the base colors on, so now I'm going to detail them. All the products I use today will be listed in the description below if you're curious. I'm just going to apologize now for my big head getting in the way. All the sources I used for my information will also be listed below. So let's get into the sad reality. The first article I want to share with you guys was posted on the World Health Organization website. During this video, I will refer to them as WHO. Suicide remains one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Every year, more people die as a result of suicide than HIV, malaria, breast cancer, and homicide. In 2019, more than 700,000 people died by suicide, 1 in every 100 deaths, prompting WHO to produce new guidance to help countries improve suicide and prevention care. Among young people aged 15 to 29, suicide was the 4th leading cause of death, after road injury, tuberculosis, and violence. Among females, the most common method of suicide are firearm, poisoning, and suffocation. Among males, the most common methods are firearm and suffocation. The rates vary between countries, regions, males, and females. More than twice as many males die due to suicide as females. Suicide rates among men are generally higher in high-income countries. For females, the highest suicide rates are found in lower middle-income countries. Suicide rates in African, European, and Southeast Asia regions were higher than the global average in 2019. The lowest suicide rate was in the Eastern Mediterranean. Globally, the suicide rate is decreasing, but in America it's going up, by 17% to be exact. Although some countries have placed suicide prevention high on their agendas, too many countries remain uncommitted. Currently, only 38 countries are known to have national suicide prevention strategies. To support countries in their efforts, WHO is releasing guidance for implementing its Live Life approach to suicide prevention. The 4 strategies of this approach are: 1. Limiting access to the means of suicide, such as highly hazardous pesticides and firearms. Given that pesticide poison is estimated to cause 20% of all suicides, such bans are recommended by WHO. Other measures include restricting access to firearms, reducing the size of medication packages, and installing barriers at jump sites. Number 2. Educating the media on responsible reporting of suicide. Media reports of suicide can lead to a rise in suicide due to imitation or copycat suicides, especially if the report is about a celebrity or it describes the method of suicide. Fostering socio-emotional life skills in adolescence. Adolescence is a critical period for acquiring socio-emotional skills, particularly since half of mental health conditions appear before 14 years of age. The Live Life Guidance encourages actions including mental health promotion and anti-bullying programs. Number 4. Early identification, assessment, management, and follow-up of anyone affected by suicidal thoughts and behavior. A previous suicide attempt is one of the most important risk factors for a future suicide. The new guidance has been implemented across the world in countries such as Australia, India, Iraq, the Republic of Korea, Sweden, and the USA. It can be used by anyone who is interested in implementing suicide prevention activities, whether at a national or local level. Starting suicide prevention with Live Life can save lives and prevent the heartbreak that follows for those left behind. Now let's move on to some signs that someone might have if they are suicidal. I linked a video in the description below which explains these signs a little bit better in detail than I can. But to sum it up, here are some signs. Suicidal questions, giving away prized possessions, changes to their will, obtaining a weapon, strange sleeping patterns, low energy, abuse of drugs and alcohol, avoids activities you used to enjoy, self-harm, risky behavior, repeated suicide attempts, and lacks of happiness and calm. Okay, finally I'm going to insert a clip of a TED Talk that I thought was very relevant to our subject.
Discomfort, humor, relatability often run hand in hand when we talk about the big scary S word, suicide. As I scroll through social media and hear conversations between people, I realize that suicide is something people are actually joking about and people are actually laughing about. It makes me wonder what made suicide such a casual thing to tease about. I made the mistake of assuming that in all of these situations, the people were fine. That because they were talking about pain with humor, they were okay. That they did it for a laugh, they did it to relate. But it got me thinking, what if instead of laughing, they were screaming? It feels really good to get help. It feels so relieving and wonderful to tell someone, I'm hurting, look at me, help me. And if you hadn't dealt with mental illness directly, you don't know it. If you weren't educated properly, how are they supposed to know what to do, what to say, how to feel? Discomfort is at the root of all of this emotional turmoil people feel. We don't want to share out of the fear it'll hurt someone, and we're too afraid to ask because it just might not be our place. We need to stop oversharing online and undersharing in real life and start reaching out. Reach out to others that you may see in pain. Reach out for yourself. Ask for help. Share your emotions, because there is something so beautiful about being human. That we have all of these emotions. And yes, feeling happiness and joy and love up here are a wonderful thing. But there is something also wonderful about feeling the depths of despair and hopelessness. It's a part of the human experience, and being human is something we have to embrace. You know, the CDC reports that someone around the world kills themselves every 40 seconds.
Well, that's all for today's video, guys. I know it was a little bit down, but it's something that needs to be talked about. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I tried my best to explain everything the easiest I could. If you want to follow me on social media, I will leave my nail Instagram down below as well as my personal Instagram, and I post a lot more on those, so definitely go check those out. Again, thank you so much for all your love and support. It really means a lot to me, guys. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep your heads up and have a great day. Bye, guys. Help is available. Speak with somebody today. 800-273-8255.